Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the expectations versus reality of what my pregnancy journey has been like. Obviously before I was pregnant, or when I initially found out, I had different expectations of what things would be like, and it's either been like that or completely opposite. So if you were interested in hearing more about that, continue watching. So when I first got pregnant, obviously one of the things that I started experiencing was morning sickness. My expectations of morning sickness was, you are sick in the morning, either vomiting, nausea, whatever it is, but it's just in the morning. But turns out it is all day. If you watch my first trimester video, that's when I learned that, morning sickness is not morning sickness, it's just all day sickness. I think they just dab it like that so it doesn't sound as bad. I expected to also be puking all the time. I didn't actually vomit or anything, other than maybe like once or twice. Mine was just strictly in my throat, where I felt like if I burped out burped up vomit, which was it's disgusting. But that was interesting. So that was a little bit different than what I expected. I also expected my emotions to be, all out of whack, because there's a lot of hormones running throughout your body. I just expected to be very, very emotional. That, I could say that maybe I met it halfway. I wasn't, and I'm still not as emotional as I thought I would be, but I still am. Like, I'm not I'm not crying all the time, but I get really emotional even if it's something stupid, like watching a commercial and it's like a heartfelt, especially now during Christmas time. They have a lot of like cute commercials and I catch myself crying. That's it's a little embarrassing, but that has been interesting. But it hasn't been as bad as I thought. There are times where I catch myself before I say anything and I'm like, Anne, you need to relax. There's no need to, throw a tantrum. Like, I know when I'm a little off and I know when I am overreacting to things, so I catch myself before I do. So that has been interesting, but it hasn't been bad, so I can't really complain about that. So for cravings and aversions, I thought that I would have like some crazy cravings. Like, you hear people talking about, like, I was craving pickles with like chocolate pudding along with chips. I don't know. I didn't have any of that. I had like maybe like, I don't know, in the beginning, my first trimester, I could only eat like cold foods, which is a little weird, but like it wasn't anything crazy like that. And it only lasted a couple weeks. I had one food aversion that I found, and it was mushrooms. Now I'm fine. It was only like that for maybe a couple weeks. I'm not even sure like when it started, when it stopped. I just remember biting into a pizza and there was mushroom in there and I almost gagged because I was like, what is this? Now I can eat them, but I still like take them out of my pizza. It's weird. Like, before I loved them. I didn't care where they were, but especially like in pizzas, I didn't really mind. But the taste that you get, like, it's disgusting. So I just avoid it if I can. Something interesting that I've picked up on in the last trimester is that I'm having less of an appetite, which is a little weird. I don't know, I just thought my appetite would continue to grow. But I guess baby's growing and he's maybe squishing on my stomach. I'm not really sure what's going on in there. That's just my theory. But I don't eat as much. But there are some days where it's like I'm an empty pit. So I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm not sure, but that's been a little bit different. So I expected to have like swollen hands and feet. Mind you, I still have at least 4 weeks to go, give or take. So that might change. I'm noticing that my rings are getting a little tight, but not quite. They can still fit and get off pretty easily. Well, not right now, obviously, because when I'm trying to show people, it doesn't work. But usually they come off really easily. But I have a feeling that they will swell, but I'll keep you guys updated if that does happen. If that does happen, I will do another video like after baby comes to see if there's been any changes or anything like that. My feet are not swollen. I haven't been on my feet too much lately because of my back and my hips. I know that I should probably be doing more like movements and stuff, but sometimes it just really hurts. So I'm not on my feet too much. So they're not swollen yet, but we'll see. I knew I was gonna be tired. Like, I expected it. You're growing a human being. It only makes sense that you'd be tired, but uh, it's unlike anything that I've ever experienced before. First trimester, I was really tired, whatever. Second trimester was all right, right now, like I feel like all I do is sleep and eat and sleep. Like I'm so tired. Like if there's any opportunity for me to just be in bed, I will take it. And it's just, I don't know, it just overwhelms you and you just like have to go lie down. You're just so tired. It's weird. And you just want to sleep all the time. I think my body's preparing me for, you know, the lack of sleep that I'm gonna be having when baby comes. So I'm getting it all right now. That's my theory. So I expected that I was gonna be able to work out throughout my whole pregnancy. I was into fitness before, like, and then first trimester, obviously, I was not feeling it at all. Second trimester, I started feeling good and wanting to, you know, move around a little bit more. Third trimester comes, and I feel like my body is just failing me a little bit. So I'm not really able to do like weights or anything right now because of how my hips are set up or my back. I can't move as much as I want without feeling all the pain. So instead of doing all the workouts and things I want to do, I'm just gonna, you know, listen to my body and save that for after. But instead, I've started swimming. I feel light as a feather in the pool. It's amazing. It's amazing, but it's something that keeps me active, and I can still move around without having the pressure on my joint. It's not what I expected to be doing, obviously, but you know what? I can't complain. It's nice. So the next couple of things that I'm going to talk about are things that I didn't really think about or like I didn't have any expectations towards. So one of those things was iron deficiency. Now I'm okay. I increased my iron supplements and I'm fine now, but my baby was taking up so much iron that for a long time, I thought I just was really tired looking. I started getting the dark circles around the eyes and all that stuff, and I'm just like, what is going on? So baby was sucking up all my iron from me, and it was starting to show on my skin, and I was like, what is happening? But I got that under control. I still have dark circles, are not as dark, but that's something I did not expect to happen. Something that also happened was I got rashes on my face, and I went to Google and I found out that there is something like that where you can get a rash, and the only way to get, like, you know, for them to go away is to give birth. Thankfully that's not the case for me because they went away after about a week or so, and I wasn't sure what brought them on. I do remember my cousin having that experience, and that is something, as a fun fact about pregnancy, that you can get some rashes, and the only cure for that is to give birth. So that's something that I learned and I'm sharing with you because I had never heard of it in my life before. Something else I learned was about the gestational diabetes test. Never heard of that. I didn't know that, you know, being pregnant can cause you to have diabetes. They made me take a sweet drink, give it about an hour, and then did blood tests to see how I guess the sugar was broken down in my system. And thankfully I was okay. But there are some people who did not have any sort of diabetes before, or it wasn't in their family or anything like that, and due to pregnancy you can get it. I'm not too educated in that subject, but I thought it was really crazy that that can happen. That being pregnant can cause you to have diabetes, and you'd have to do, you know, take the insulin and all that stuff and measure all what you're taking to ensure that you're healthy and baby's healthy. That one was new for me. I didn't know that was a thing. So just keep that in mind out there. Whether it's for you or for a friend, it's something that can happen and something that is tested that I had no clue about. Shortness of breath, I think I've talked about it before. I didn't know that was going to be a thing. It's really insane. I don't get it. I feel like I'm working out all the time. I turn from one side in bed to the other and I am out of breath. It's crazy. It's just really weird. And finally, heart palpitations. I've been getting those. I started wearing my watch again that measures my heartbeat because I'll be just sitting down, and all of a sudden I can feel my pulse in my neck, and I can feel it and check, and I'm like at 130. I haven't done anything. I've not been moving around. I've just been sitting down, and it just starts, and it's like it's crazy. It only started about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, so third trimester things as well. That one's weird, because I'm like, why is my heart as high as when it would be when I'm doing like a workout, but that's something that could happen when you're pregnant because there's so much more blood flow in your system. It doesn't last long, doesn't come every day. I did talk to my midwives about it, and it's normal. Obviously, if it's happening for a long period of time, it's not stopping. Talk to your doctor about it, but for me, it's okay. So thank you so much for watching my video. As I said earlier, I will do another video if there have been any changes or any new things that pop up in the next couple weeks, so you guys know everything that I've kind of went through. But it's definitely been an interesting journey, and I'm very happy to be sharing it with you. So if you like the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel and share the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.